Hello guys, in this video we'll learn to set up the CI for our Rust project using GitHub Actions. The purpose of this video is to write a neat and clean Rust CI for our Rust project, be it an application or a crate or library, but the steps remains the same. Mostly we need common jobs like build, test, FMT. For this specific video, we'll cover for a basic library and we'll release our library directly from our GitHub job to our Rust package registry, which is crates.io. Additionally, we'll also set up an MIT license for your Git repository that ensures your project is compliant, and an automated CI, which is not just responsible for releasing the next version for your package, but also ensures your package is built and tested before you release the next version. So there's lots to cover in this video, and without further ado, let's dive into it and let's get started. And as we start, there's a link to my Discord in description. Make sure you join our community. Let's get an overview of our project. You guys can use any project which you have on your Git, or I'll drop the link to my this GitHub where you can find the assets related to other videos as well. And you can just use the same project as well. So in the SRC, we have a lib and we have very basic addition method. And then we have some tests for our addition method. And let's first of all set up our license and then we'll start writing our CI. To set up the license for your project, head to choosealicense.com. I'll drop the link in the description if you want to use the same license. So here we'll find the MIT license, which is mostly enough for the throwaway projects or the open source work that we do. And just ensure before using if this license is what fulfills your requirement. For me, it's mostly enough in terms of permissions, conditions, and limitations. So to use it, we'll just copy license text to clipboard and we'll go back to our repository. And here in the root, we'll just press create new file. And right here, we'll paste the content and we'll name this as license, all in capital. And here we can directly add the date 2025 and the name, so full name as, let's say, semicolon, and then we'll just commit the change. Okay, and right here, as you guys can see, we have now the license for our repository. And right here, if you can see, we have the MIT license and MIT license. There you go. So that's how simple it is to set up a license for your project. And here you can check as well by opening the license and checking. As you can see, the permissions, limitations, and conditions. So we have our license now, and head to cargo toml file. Now right now, since we are not using any dependencies, so it looks pretty straightforward, but we need a few metadata or the details here to successfully release our package. So just edit this file. The details that we need is description, and description as maybe a math library for Rust. You can add more to the description if you want. And then we need to specify the license. So license as MIT, and then the repository link. So repository, and here we can just say https github.com semicolon 10. This is the GitHub where you can find all the assets related to what I use in the videos, and then followed it with arithmetic rs. So finally we have to specify the home page. So again, let's use the same URL for the home page. And last one is documentation, which is from the doc.rs website. So for now, we'll just use https docs.rs/arithmetic rs. As simple as that. So we have our package, we have the metadata or the details that's required to publish our package. So just commit your changes, and that's basically just updating your cargo toml file. Okay, so we have our cargo toml file updated. We have our license set up. The final thing that we need before we dive into the world of CI and GitHub Actions is to set up our crates.io account. So make sure to set up your creates.io account, which is pretty straightforward. You just have to log in with GitHub or log in with your email, and then you have to verify your email. So once you verify your email, just head to the account settings, and here you will find the API tokens. So this token will set up in our CI with the environment variable, as you guys can see. So we'll set up it as a secret. Now I have already one dummy token set up, but it's kind of nearing the expiration, but should be enough for this video. Or we can just do new token, and here we can write the name of new token. So let's say the new token as test, and this is available, let's say, for 7 days. Or you can change the expiration here from 365, no expiration, or custom, and the scopes. So change owners, publish new, publish update, or yank. But since we are the only user, so we can give all the permission and then press generate token. So once you have your token shown, you can just press copy to copy it to the clipboard. And once you have your token copied, and go to the settings, here scroll down on your left, you will find secrets and variables, actions. Now here you can set up the secrets for environment or the repository secret. So just press new. Here we'll add the same name that we find here. Again, if you want to use a different name, then make sure you are using the same name in your CI. But since it's the standard name, so I'll use the same. And here just paste your secret and press add secret. And once you add your secret, it should show up in your repository secret, something like this. And head to the actions now. So let's get on with our CI actions. Right here, we can see based on the code in our repository, we are suggested for Rust template GitHub Actions. So we'll just press configure. By the way, if you are looking for some other projects, you can also find tons of templates already on the GitHub. That's something I admire and love about GitHub. You can search more workflows. So just press configure. And here we'll get a more than enough basic template already. So that can help us, build or test our project. Now, workflow will have jobs, and the job will have number of steps. Now, either we can define everything in a single job with multiple steps. For example, like build and test are part of the same job, or build and test can be two separate jobs as well. And other than that, we want to run this when we push to our main, or we have a pull request to our main branch. We want to run this pipeline, and cargo term color tells us that everything that you will see as part of the logs will be of the cargo terminal colors. So this is what we have in our job, which is build, and build has the checkout, the build and test. Let's add one more step along with build and test, which is FMT, to check the formatting of our project. So here, as simple as name as let's say FMT, and what we want to do here is we want to run cargo FMT check. So how the job runs on a Ubuntu, and then we check out our project, and we first build, then we format, and then we check for test. So let's keep it as it is, and here we can change the name. So let's say arithmetic, or you can give any other name that you want to, but I'll just stick with arithmetic, and let's keep it as it is for now before we add the release job. So just commit, and okay, commit, and then go to the actions, and here you can check you have an action that's created. So we have a single job right now, which is build, and as you can see, the build job has failed. Let's see why it failed. Because the FMT for our project is broken. As you can see, test add positive numbers. So here the formatting is broken. So let's go back to our code and try to fix the formatting. As you can see, the build succeed with all the logs, and and checkout and everything is succeed, but FMT failed, so the next step are not run. So we go back to our code, and here in the src in librs we can directly change here. So here space is required. We can also fix you using command line and then push it, but I'll just directly do it and no other change is required. Let's say we try to fail a test as well. So let's say -2 and +3, we'll say it's 6. So instead of 1 we are saying it's 6. So let's commit the change, commit, and now we go back to the actions. As you can see, there is another action which is building. So let's see. And now if we see, we have our build succeed, we have our FMT succeed, but our tests are failing and running 4 tests. And as you can see, left was 1 and right was 6. That's exactly what we changed, and basically 3 tests passed and 1 test failed. So let's go back to our code and quickly go to src librs. We can also commit again, but since we are just dealing with repo today, so I'll just make a small change here and commit fix test, commit change, okay, and actions. Let's wait for our CI. So it's success now, and we go inside, and as you can see, all jobs are completed successfully. So we ensure that we are successfully able to build, we are able to check the FMT, and we are able to run the test on the CI. As you can see, a tick mark says success. Now everything looks good. Let's add another job which helps us release our package to the repository. So let's add another job. Here we already cover how one job can have multiple steps, but let's put build and release as separate jobs. So let's add another job which is release, runs on Ubuntu latest, and for this we need build to first run, and then we need this job to only run if needs.build.result is equals to success. Only then we want this job to run. And first of all, we want to add the step which is checkout. So just same as the first job we have, actions, or let's copy it from here. And once we have this, then the next step we have is install the dependencies that we need, which is cargo release. So name, which is the second step actually for this job, which is install dependencies. And here we want to run cargo install cargo release. Now once we have cargo release installed, the next thing that we need is release, and here we'll just set up environment variable and we'll just read our registry token. So cargo registry token, and let's read it. So right here we'll just say secrets dot cargo registry token, or any other name that you gave to your token while we store it in the secrets. And then we'll just run echo releasing version and cargo release execute. Once we have released, the final thing that we need is known as publish. So let's publish again, same environment variable. So let's copy it and paste it. And once we have our environment variable, we'll just run cargo publish. As simple as that. So that is all for our CI. So what we are doing here is, first we are checking if our package is good enough. Then we just go ahead and make sure the build succeed and then release. And as you can see right here, we are running it when in the branch or in the pull request. But if you want to ensure this job only runs from the main branch, then here we can add the condition of refs to be only main, but I'll leave that to you guys, because again, conditions can be n number which you want, but the straightforward, the basic steps remains the same. Now let's commit our changes. Update Rust YAML. Let's go to the actions. Let's see, we have now two jobs. First of all, as you can see, the build runs, release is not running because release need build, and as you can see here, so let's wait. Once build is finished, we have the release job start. Let's wait for a few minutes, as install dependencies can take anywhere up to 2 to 4 minutes. So let's wait for this job, and then we have our release and publish. So here, as we can see, after installed dependencies, we have our release successful with the version which is defined in our TOML, and then we are able to successfully publish our package as well, which we'll see in a minute. So head to crates.io, and here we'll search for arithmetic. So okay, let's search for arithmetic rs. There you go. This is our package that we just published, and just like any other package that we use as a dependency in our cargo TOML, you can just copy it from here and just add in your cargo TOML and load this. Now if we go to our repo, and here in the cargo TOML file, as you can see, the version is defined as 0.10. so let's say if you want to have a breaking change and release a major version, you can again change this version and accordingly make the release. So we are able to successfully build our CI, and as you can see, it runs successfully. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys learned something new, understand, and if you do like the video, share with your friends. I'll catch you guys in another video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye.